Good day, and welcome to Coffee with the Tigg, the 100th episode. Hey, fanfare all galore. I wish it was more exciting than that, but that's what it is. 100th episode. I never thought I'd get here. I thought I'd be done with this by now, but that's persistence for me. When I first started this, I didn't think I'd last 50 episodes, let alone 100. So there we go. Got Tom with me today. Everybody's a little late this morning. You know, it's Sunday morning. Nobody likes to move around real fast on Sunday mornings. Forgot to turn my halo on. Watch this.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little bright there, but when I sit here, it makes me look like I'm sparkly. That's just funny shit right there. Looks better in the dark, but I'm all sparkly. I am a sim racing god. That's funny shit right there. I don't care who you are. That's funny right there. So anyway, this 100 episode. Wish I could give stuff away, but I just don't have the funding for that to give stuff away for the 100. Maybe for the 150, I'll have more funding and I can go ahead and do that. If there's 150th, no, there'll be 150th. Anyway, I downloaded. We've been Bill and I. Bill's not here right now. He'll be here in a minute when he realizes what time it is, or when he's done running around, whatever he's doing.
Microphone muted.
Yeah, and it mutes my microphone on TeamSpeak when I hit the M key. So I have to hit that again. I'm just typing out, welcome to the show.
Microphone activated.
And there you go. And I had to reactivate my microphone. Oh well. Anyway, Bill and I have been going back and forth whether my computer can run Project Cars 2 or not. So it finally dawned on me to see if there was a demo of the sim. It runs it fine. It actually runs it quite well because with all the crap that's going on. I thought it ran it pretty well. So when I have funding available, I will be downloading, getting Project Cars 2 to add to the things we do on Slightly Mad Friday. If you notice, we had Slightly Mad Saturday. The relatives were here for a whole of 10 minutes yesterday. I was pissed. That's when I decided to see about the demo and see about all that. 10 whole minutes. I could come back here and do what I wanted to do. 10 whole minutes. What's up new in the sim racing world today? Not a whole hell of a lot. The road map for rFactor 2 is dropped. If you're interested in that, there's links all over Facebook for it. Of course, then it's over at their website, which is what, Studio 360, whatever the hell it is, .com. I don't know what it is. There's other people who pay attention to that stuff better than I do. So if you want more informative news, go to them. Just watch me for entertainment, because that's what we do. We entertain. Tigg shirt, Tigg mug. They don't make hats yet, so when that happens, there'll be a cap too when that happens. That's interesting. That'd be cool. Big hat. Maybe a travel mug too. Anyway, as you can see, Izzy and Jar Jar are here, as always. Always here. They love their daddy. And sim racing, get back to that. There's a whole bunch of new paints over at Stenod. Tom's been busy rendering those up all week long, haven't you been?
Yep.
Yep. How many you say you've done since the mods dropped for the 2019 mod?
I don't know.
Over 100
or so.
Couple hundred. So there's at least a couple hundred cars over there for downloads for the 2019 mod. For the people who don't know, the Splash and Goes 2019, the Menx 2019 mod has probably 200 to 300 cars for it over at Stenod.
Well, I render some that don't get put up,
I know you don't, but
so
I know.
probably shouldn't say that.
I would. There's a ton of them. I see them posted every day. So there's at least 10 posted every day. I swear. But if you want to see, just go over to snadracing.net. That one I know by heart. I'm there every day. I go there every day, 3 or 4 times a day. That's where I'm at. And Facebook.com. There's a lot on Facebook.com, but you gotta really look hard for them. Wildcard and Customs site. Occasionally, people will post links to their cars. That nnracing.com, I think it is now. They have a ton, but I never go on that site. There's no search feature on that site, so it's hard to navigate. Um, Really nothing. I said, of course, the competition. Of course, we all know it's been out, and I've seen mixed reviews of it. I've not, of course. We're pretty sure my system cannot handle it because it is that old. But
User
Bill,
joined your channel.
Bill, was that be you?
That'd be Bill.
That'd be Bill, but he ain't talking again. Bill has purchased and downloaded a set of Corsa Competition Zone, and he has yet to try it.
Oh, I've tried it.
Oh, you have? And how was it?
Oh, I told you I didn't like the track that I drove.
No, that's right. You did. Well, we're live, so I don't want what you told me privately. I'm just asking your opinion on this ACC because we just got done talking.
Painfully European track.
Yeah. Well, if I was going to do any European track to test something, it would be Brands Hatch. Honestly,
they don't have Brands Hatch in there yet.
I thought it was
They've only
officially
got
released.
3 tracks.
So they only released it with 3 tracks.
They're at release. I think they're at release 5.
Oh, I
think they're getting ready to do another release. They were supposed to be done in March, but they said first quarter. So March is the end of the first quarter. So
absolutely. So we'll see what they say.
So they have a month. But like I said many times, I applaud the idea that it's a single racing series mod or sim, and I think that's the way they should do it. I mean, no one balks at a NASCAR sim being just NASCAR. So why not a blank pong? Why not?
Yeah,
it's a GT3 series, and everybody loves that, and it's real focused, and hopefully they'll have the whole track series, and which I assume they are doing. I don't think they would have even started this if they didn't have that planned. And then all the car models that run in the series and all the schemes. So it should be a complete sim and mod for a single series. And then they can move on to something else. Hopefully they won't try to turn that into something else.
Yeah.
But they may. They will. I don't know. I don't know what the modding plans are for it.
I heard none.
And it won't be broken if they complete what they said they were going to do. It won't be broken, so why fix it?
Sure.
Move on, sell another game. I'm all for them selling another game that is for IMSA or whatever.
They would have an engine to work off of, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, it looks good. I mean, it didn't move me quite as much as Project Cars 2 did. I mean, Project Cars 2 was awesome. I was in awe of how good it looked and how immersive it was. But there were things in my way. I didn't know the track. And I didn't feel like I could really let the car go. I had to, I was constantly in low gears making little tight turns. And I didn't even put other cars on the track. It was just me doing a test session.
Right.
And it was like, okay. As far as the way the cockpit of the car looked and the graphics.
I'll be back.
Okay.
They were stunning, I think. I was running Willow Springs in GT3 cars and was loving it, I was driving Acura, and I thought, this is the way it should be. This is the way I want to feel when I'm driving a car. I get the same thing from rFactor Historics and the Trans Am though. So, so it may not be as gloriously graphically overkill, but it's still, immersion is a funny thing because once, I mean, you can get in some N64 or PlayStation 1, you know, video game and get totally immersed in it. I mean, it's all about how you wrap your head in it,
Right.
you know.
I know these
If
people get
you're
so
enjoying
immersed
it,
in these
you're enjoying
first-person
it.
shooter games. They love it. They get into it so
Well, yeah,
deeply
yeah,
that they don't even realize
yeah.
what's going on around them, and it's like, okay, that's kind of boring to
That's
me,
right.
but it's not boring to them. You, I need to
Well,
stick.
when you're driving a race car, you want to feel like you're driving a race car, and
Right.
you want to, have that feeling because that's what it's all about. The whole idea is that you're simulating a motorsport that none of us could afford. So we go to great strides to try to make our little our little computer environment seem like that. I mean, just like these racing rigs that have motion and stuff. I've been in those little things in the mall and the old Star Tours at Disneyland. I mean, those things aren't moving that much, and you feel like you're moving a long way because your brain is convinced by just a little bit of movement. It makes your brain think because it's seeing pictures of a drastic movement, and then it feels a little bit of movement, of actual movement, and it puts it together and creates simulation. You know, I I I can't really ever see doing VR, but I may be wrong. Maybe I think, wow, I'll try VR. I can't justify the expense. And especially since the stuff that I like to do won't be as great looking as I'm not going to be running 1968 Trans Am and P Cars 2. I don't think. you know, I'm certainly not going to have a car set. So
Certainly not, because they probably, well,
yeah, well, yeah.
you can only,
Well,
from what I
no,
understand, you
I
can
mean,
only add one custom car paint. So there you go.
no, well they've got over that. They got past that in P Cars 1, and I assume that same ability will exist or already does exist in P Cars 2. The again, it goes back to I think us older people are looking for simulation experience of what we grew up with,
Hmm.
just like anybody else would. I mean, the kids are happy to have Minx 19 stuff on the newest track in, Heat 3 or iRacing because that's what they're into. They don't couldn't care less that if you did a 1980s mod that you had to have all these different models. They don't care about aero coupes.
Most of them don't.
You
Some
know,
of them do. There's
they
one
don't
or
care about
two. There's one or
Thunderbirds. They don't
two.
even know what an aero coupe is.
There's one or
They don't
two
even know what an
do.
aero coupe is. Yeah, one or two do, but they're just not into that. It's cute for a moment, but they don't care.
No.
Everybody loves a Arrow and a Mustang. Well, history has proved that out.
Hmm.
I mean, as soon as Trans Am got going and it was turning heads big time, the France family said, "Oh, we got to copy that and come up with our version of it." And the Grand American was born, and suddenly there's Mustangs and Camaros on ovals, you know, and they basically were stealing the thunder. They're trying to steal the thunder, and they did to some degree, but it didn't hold up. And then, of course, factory support for motor racing kind of waned in '70 and '71 because of the oil crisis. But it's still people still look at eyeball a '69 Camaro, '68 Camaro, and drool and a 65 Mustang. Everybody loves those cars.
Hmm.
Those cars were all about loving cars. I mean, they really were. And
Well, just look at what the
eh,
manufacturers have done recently in the last, 15 years, is try to make the cars look like they did back then. So,
well, yeah, and then they start changing it immediately. They get it
yeah,
right, and then they start changing it. It's like,
right,
didn't you learn the first time when the car became less popular because it didn't look like that original one? I
exactly.
mean, I admire Chrysler for not changing the Challenger. They came out with that new retro Challenger, and they haven't budged on it. It stayed the same because that's what they were selling was that image. They never quite got there with the Mustang, but it works. And it does have points that are reminiscent of the older Mustangs, and they're kind of moving it through the 1970 version of it with what they're doing. I don't care for the direction they're going. I was happy with the 2005. You know, to me that said Mustang. The Camaro, they're kind of doing the same thing. They're putting a squash on it and making it look less. You know, they're trying real rapidly to get it to be like a 2002 or whatever the last year was for the Camaro, you know, which killed it. You know?
Terrible.
There was no Camaro in that Camaro. Yeah, it was terrible. But you know,
There was more
again,
Corvette in
back
the
to
last
sim
Camaro
racing.
than
That's
there
what
was
sim
Camaro.
racing's about. I
Yeah.
can, you know, I'll never get in the seat of a McLaren M20 except in my simulator. You know,
And we do it often.
and I can do that and have a ball. Yeah,
And
and I'll
we can
never
wreck
get
'em.
in the seat of a Porsche 917-30. I'll never do that unless I, you know, talk somebody to let me sit in one. But I'll never fire one up and ride it on a track.
No.
But I can do that in sim racing.
You can wreck 'em.
Yeah, I can wreck 'em and live, walk away.
Yeah, and walk away.
You know,
The other day I was
So,
in the air and
you know.
upside down and twisting when I wasn't online. I was trying something out.
yeah.
And the car was barrel rolling and going end over end, and you know, normally what would happen if you actually did that in real life? You would destroy the car. You possibly would have been mortally injured, and I just hit a reset button and went about my merry way.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And something you don't have damage on, you don't even have to do that. Just drive away.
And just drive away. Remind me to turn that off too, because the stepson was driving the sim this weekend. And, I had to put invulnerability on for him and auto clutch because he doesn't, or auto shifting because he doesn't know how to shift. So I had to turn all that crap off. He's 16.
That's good for him.
He's 16. They don't
Good
know
for
nothing at 16.
They don't even want a driver's license. Good gosh. That's all we were focused on.
Yeah.
Get a driver's license. Get a driver's license.
And
get
then
a
we
driver's
were
license,
picking
get
out the
it.
car when
You
we
know.
were 12. We were going to drive. We wanted to drive when we turned 16.
God, we used to lay on the lawn looking at the clouds, and we weren't allowed to look, but when a car came around the corner, you had to guess what it was without looking, just by the sound. The thing is, you could.
Yeah, you could.
You could. And nowadays, you know, no, you couldn't tell.
Hey, that's a Prius.
You have no idea what it is. I think I could tell.
It's a
I think
Prius.
I could tell if a newer Pontiac GTO or something went by.
Oh,
you
that
know,
you could. The last
one of those
GTO.
G6s
Oh.
or something. I could probably tell them because they have an exhaust sound that's very, very specific. I think I can tell. I think I could tell a Ram pickup with a Hemi in it if it went by.
Yeah.
I think I could
Well, that was
because
the-
they have a sound too.
When they came out with that
But most
Hemi with the
cars don't.
station wagon, I think the
Everything
best
is
thing they did was put
resonators.
that engine. Yeah, I know. It's just terrible.
Everything is resonators. I mean, they make V8 sound like a little rice rocket, which is stupid. You know, it's like
Oh,
why do
well-
you got that resonator on that V8?
Yeah. What was
You
that
know,
commercial for the
but, you know,
Ford where they
whatever.
had the electronic sounds? The sound wasn't coming out of the muffler. It was kind of coming out of a speaker.
Yeah, recorded.
Yeah, I was like, really?
That's
Seriously?
yeah.
We want to feel it, hear
It's
it.
a faux. It's a faux sound. It's faux.
I know. It's just terrible. You want to.
It's
You're standing
faux.
next to a car that's rumbling. You can feel it. That's a car. When you're standing next to it, you can hear it, but you can't feel nothing. That ain't a car. I'm sorry. I mean, even my little crappy car that I drive, you know, when you're revving it up, you can still kind of feel it. It's still old enough where you still kind of feel it for a four-popper. But, you know, when you're sitting in the car or standing next to a car and the guy's sitting there hammering on the accelerator, you don't feel or nothing. Nah, ain't a car. Even Corvettes are like that, which is bad.
In a car.
Ain't a car. It's just transportation.
What am I doing?
There's a car and there's transportation. There is a difference, people. What are you doing, Izzy? Get up and back. Get back in
Well,
bed.
I got the Riverside shirts in,
Ooh, cool.
and they smell funny. I'm wearing one right now,
Are you?
and they smell funny.
Are you getting high?
Yes. Wash it first.
Are you
I need
getting
to
high?
Wash it first. No, it's a funky smell.
Snap a picture and
I have to
send it
say
over and we'll put it on the
It was
screen.
almost a fail. It was almost a fail because the image that I, sent them to put on the shirt just didn't hold up to that kind of increased size. It's a little bit blurry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good from a distance. It's probably wonderful, but it's okay for $12. What do you expect? You know, I started thinking, well, what I need to do is I need to create this image myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just make a copy of this image and myself.
And make it
You
bigger.
know,
I thought
design
you
it
had
and make it
done that.
huge. No, I don't have one of these myself, and I could do it and just do it huge. Actually, if I had just done the words Riverside International Raceway, made them bigger, and did them myself, but then the rest of it's still going to be small. So, I mean, it's not the most difficult logo to recreate, and I probably will do it, and I'll do it huge, you know, so that it'll fill the shirt, and then try it again. But I'll send these out, and they're you know, they're comfy shirts. They're heavy t-shirts. I think they're gonna shrink a lot. So you guys went narrow. You're gonna pay. You're gonna have something to hang on the wall.
I have to lose weight. Because this one's a 2X, this Tigg shirt.
Yeah,
This is a Hanes.
well, this I got mine extra big, and it's gonna shrink and be just right.
The wife says I need to lose weight anyway.
Maybe. You never know. You never know with these materials. You never know with these materials. They had two different types, quality of t-shirts, and I got the better quality t-shirts. It's very comfortable t-shirt. It's high content of cotton, so it feels very good.
Oh, that's good.
I'm very comfy. My little Riverside shirt on.
Take a picture. Take a picture.
Take a picture of it.
Yeah,
Take
and send it to me, and I'll put it up on the screen. So make sure you smile.
Take a picture of it.
It's warm in here. Finally, it's warm in here.
Take a picture of it. Let me see. Boop-a-doo-ba-doo.
Yeah, turn my heater off. It gets cold.
Camera.
You know where your camera is? Or you're using
Right
your
here.
celly phone?
Celly phone. I don't have a camera on my TV, my computer.
Yeah. I got two. One there and one back there.
I need to turn this around.
One for the front of my head and one for the back of my head. But I don't use the front of the head that often. You do need to get a better cam for that, though, because that's kind of crappy. But that's a cell phone. That's actually a cell
So if I can get this done. All right, let's see if I can put this up. Well, how am I going to do this? How can I do this? I go Facebook.
Oh, you don't want to put it on Facebook because you never know what's going to pop up on my Facebook. I ain't saying nothing.
There.
Do 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 do.
Do 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 do.
Wait a minute.
So getting back to what we were talking about before, the P-Cars 2 demo, that was, you only get the choice, it's Red Bull Ring, you get the choice of 3 configurations and 3 cars. One is looks like a stock Lamborghini, the other one looks like an F2 or F3 car, or Grand Prix 2, Grand Prix GP2, GP3 car, and then a GT3 Ferrari, which of course is the one I took out since, you know, I'm most familiar with that car. I didn't look at to see what the weather conditions were. It is actually a torrential downpour. You don't get any practice. You don't get anything. You just go right to the race. So I went out and drove it. I drove 2 races, 2 5-lap races. And I'm telling you, the rain, because it was intermittent and in and out, while I was driving, when I could glance up to the frame rate counter, it never dropped below 25, which is damn good for as much activity. That was during the start of the race. With 16 other cars on the track, the rain, the stands, the whole 9 yards going. It didn't drop below 25. It didn't get choppy, which was really nice. I didn't, of course, try to stream this or record at the same time. I recorded the video after I ran the race on Fraps, which is what you see, the lead thing I uploaded yesterday. To me, doesn't look like it has any chop in it whatsoever. My eyes are, of course, a little tired and old, so if it looks choppy to you, that's the reason why. It's a little, and of course, Fraps knocks half the frame rates down when it records. So it recorded, I think, at 40 frames per second. So the replay would have been 80 frames per second. But when you turn Fraps on, it cuts it in half. So it's not too bad. I had a lot of fun with it. That's for damn sure. 2 races. The first race I messed up too bad. Actually didn't finish. I finished dead last because I spun out in one of the corners because I wasn't expecting it to be that tight, and I never look at the track map. The track map's up there basically for the guys who are watching the videos. I don't have time. I usually watch where I'm going and watching my for braking points and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a little learning to learn how to drive in the rain the first time with it, and between where the puddles were and where it was what was wet, but not it was just not standing water. There's some parts of the track where it had standing water. You could really tell the difference in the grip. It was a lot of fun to drive in the rain. That was quite the immersion thing. I was hanging on. I was white knuckling it. I forgot I was driving a computer sim because I was trying to. Like we talked about a minute ago, I was immersed. I was fully engulfed in that little 5-lap race, trying to catch up to, at one point, would have been 8th, even when I screwed up and 10th passed me, so I had to pass him back for 9th before the end of the race. Yeah, it was quite in depth. I was very well enjoying myself. So if you don't have Project Cars 2, which I don't know why you wouldn't. Go get it. It's worth it. At least the demo is. The demo proved that it is worth it. Again, that's the same reason why I decided to get into sim racing, because of a demo. It was what I wanted at the time. Of course, now that game is so outdated, it's not even funny, but people still love it. But but definitely go out and get yourself P2. Don't take rFactor off your system. I don't care what anybody says. It's old. It's out of date. It's still a beautiful sim. There are some tracks that were made towards the tracks and mods that were made in the last few years that just make it look just as good as rFactor 2. And if you have rFactor 2, don't delete that. I don't know why anybody would delete a sim off their system. I honestly don't know why, unless they need the room. And if you need the room,
because they ran out of room.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't have the room, then buy a bigger computer or buy more disk space. There's no reason to delete a sim. There really isn't, because you never know what you want to go back to. There's things available in rFactor 1 that's not available in anything else. I mean, some of them are stupid, but they're available only in rFactor 1. Yeah, don't go out and get the stinker cup. But if you want to race shopping carts, that's in there too.
Stinker cup.
That's a big frame rate hog. It's funny too. They don't drive worth a crap either. I had it once, and I drove it at Lime Rat Park. I remember how they drove like crap. Pun intended.
Oh boy.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. But yeah, there's just things like that make rFactor well worth it. And the soapbox mod, the soapbox derby mod, that's interesting to say the least. It's all brake work. There's no gas involved. It's all brake work. So if you need to work on your brake work, your braking, how to brake, and how much pressure, that's the mod to get. Because it's all downhill and it's all braking. That's all it is. It's soapbox cars, which they don't have motors in them. So it's a fun mod. It really is. There's 2 tracks for it. So go out and get that. There's if you look around, there's still motorcycle mods for it. There's powerboat mods. You gotta look for that too. But there's just rFactor is still the most versatile sim I've ever seen, and I don't know why anybody would delete that off their system. Just tell you God's honest truth. Double the Tigg.
Well, I
Double
owned
the
it
pleasure.
for 2 or 3 years and never had it installed until what, a month ago?
2 months ago we started doing that. But yeah, that's it's if you're not looking for the stuff and don't read about the stuff or hear about the stuff, you're not going to know what actually how much fun rFactor is. If you're just looking for the oval racing experience, it's the most realistic of all the non-paid sims or arcadey Sims. It's really hard to drive the oval. It's just like it's really hard to drive the dirt. It's really hard to drive oval racing because it's not a point and shoot thing. It's making a setup from basically the ground up. You know, get a base setup, or if you do, it's a crappy one, and you have to actually know how to do a setup. And if you don't, then it's kind of lackluster. But once you learn how to make a setup, it's actually quite fun. And that's what they did with Arca Sim Racing, which is basically rFactor for ovals. And it died because they wanted to do something else with it. They wanted to go to pay to play, and of course iRacing had started at this point, and it basically killed them. So, you know, neither here nor there. The final mod that they did release, a version of the game did get released, and it is available for download for free, or as an extension to your rFactor. So go out and look for Arca X, I think it's called, and it's basically what they finished up with, and it's a fun sim. But again, you need to know how to make a setup for oval racing. If you don't know how, it's gonna suck, and that's why a lot of people didn't do it, because it wasn't okay. I'm gonna load up the fast setup and go. You know, that's what that was. So. But for road racing, I mean, it's a lot of fun. If you notice, a lot of my streams of late have had us on the server racing it with a lot of fun. And you see that even with AI cars on there trying to whoop their butts, you know, that was a lot of fun. We're all having fun doing it, aren't we, guys?
Yeah.
I lost
Absolutely.
Bell. I think Bell fell asleep.
No, I didn't fall asleep. I was getting my picture up for you.
Okay, where'd you put it?
I put it in my Facebook.
Oh, you put it.
I'm trying to upload it.
I can just
Phil, I put it up and Phil liked it. Like, boom.
Yeah, he's like always on. Phil's a good guy. He's always on though. You know, I just turned the streamer on, the cover up so you all don't see.
Phil lives about 12 miles from me.
Does he? I can get it off of
lives in
Facebook.
Chino,
California.
We keep threatening to go to a race together.
Yeah, you've said that. You've not done it yet.
No. We're waiting for Riverside to open again.
Oh, don't hold your breath. Seriously, don't hold your breath. Uh-oh, I found it, guys. I found it. Here we go. We're taking the slideshow off. That don't look bad. Don't look bad at all.
It doesn't?
No, it looks good. At least in the picture it looks good.
You have to click on it to see the shirt.
It's right there on the screen. It's on YouTube at the moment.
Is it really?
Riverside.
Yep.
I'm actually not on YouTube right now. Where is YouTube? There it is.
Well, then I have to
got
watch
somehow
it.
I wandered away. I wandered away.
You wandered away. Wandered away. What's on your hat?
Where is
I can't read your hat.
U.S. Open.
Ooh,
US
Open. Ooh. And
Pebble Beach.
Pebble Beach. Is there a lot of pebbles there?
Just got it.
No.
That's what's nice about it.
So why do they call it Pebble Beach if it doesn't have pebbles?
Because there are some places where there's some little pebbles, but
There's like two, and it makes it Pebble Beach. So there's that Riverside shirt, that wonderful, beautiful Riverside shirt. That's actually, I like it. It looks good.
looks good with the hat.
Yeah, it does. It looks real good with the hat. The blues match. The blues match.
Doesn't come with a hat. The hat was not
I know.
cheap.
I know. Oh, I know. I've got. No, I don't have any light blue hats. I got
Now
dark
I'm a
blue
member
stuff.
of the U.S. Golf Association, so
Yeah. Ooh.
I got an official name tag for my bag too. In fact, I gotta put that on.
Yeah, don't forget to put that on there. People think you're special.
I'm gonna play tomorrow. I think that's the rumor.
You are? Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of touch tomorrow.
That's good. Go whack a ball around. Go play whack a ball. Whack a ball. Whack a ball. I had things to do tomorrow too. I might not upload something until very late if I get the chance to upload anything at all. I might do one of the other demo cars for P2, BC2. Then again, I might do something totally different. Because it's supposed to be a set of course for Monday. What are you laughing at? Yourself?
Something I saw on Facebook. It's a picture of McDonald's, and on the McDonald's sign it says, "Stop global warming, eat a farting cow." That's going on my Facebook, dude. Yeah. Right over my picture, I'm going to have a farting cow thing.
Oh, somebody loved it. Ooh,
You know what's happening today, don't you?
No, what's happening today?
Trans Am starts.
Oh, that's right. That's Sebring today, right? I did see that on my Facebook feed.
Yup.
I did see that on my Facebook feed. Facebook's good for telling you when races are that you can't watch. So what network would this be on if it was on a network?
It's not on any network.
NBC Sports.
They can't seem to get their stuff together to make to have some kind of contract. It'll be on in about 3 months probably.
Unless it's on YouTube.
It may be. You know what? It may be on. There might be somebody streaming. I want to go look for it.
They do stream on YouTube. I do know that. They should go to that, what's it called? It used to be called Room, but I think it's called Merge Trend TV now. They should be on that now, because all they show is car fix-up shows. They need to show some racing on that channel. I have it, too. I have that channel. I don't have NBC Sports, but I have that channel. Go figure.
Huh.
Yeah, go figure. Oh, remember how I was bitching I didn't have Fox Sports anymore a while ago? I actually had to set my TV back to default to factory reset to get it to come in because it wasn't getting it wasn't showing my computer screen. It wasn't showing half my streaming stuff one morning when I woke up, so I had to reset it back to factory default to get it to work. Messed up or what?
Messed up.
Yeah, well, that's the Tigg's life. Something weird like that comes along, and he's got to figure out why it's doing it. I would plug the Blu-ray player into the same spot that I plugged the computer into. The Blu-ray player would show, but the computer wouldn't show. Now that's really messed up. So I had to, that was a fun morning. I think it was a morning before stream too, if I remember correctly. I think it was like 2 Thursdays ago. Yeah, you have no idea some of the hoops I jumped through before I actually start broadcasting because of something totally out of this world that wouldn't be considered a normal glitch pop up. So there you go. That's that. The Tigg usually has to jump through hoops just to get the streams out. Usually it just means a restart of OBS, but like this morning, that's all I had to do was restart OBS to get it to work right. So, that's been almost every time I've used it. Or this is Streamlabs OBS. So, you see Jar Jar's laying on a red car pillow. So, anyway.
Yeah, I see. I finally saw that. I finally saw that car. Kurt Busch car you were talking about, Tom. Oh my God,
the Bob's Burger one.
It's ugly, ain't it?
That Bob's
Burger. It's a something nursery, Star Nursery.
Really, I haven't seen that car yet. I saw that Bob's Burger car. I thought it was stupid. I thought the Corey LaJoy one was stupid. And that even was worse. The Bob's Burger one.
Oh, what are we? 3 hours from the race right now?
I think so. Yeah. Something like that.
That number 3 is pretty good looking. The Scholastic car.
I ain't look. I'm not. I may watch 10 minutes of the race. NASCAR is just not. I don't know what they've been doing to it. Just go back to what it was 10 years ago, maybe.
Tigg, you know what the problem is?
What's that?
They go in circles.
Well, that too. That too.
I quit the track team my senior year because I was sick of running in circles. I loved cross country. I could run cross country, but running a mile and 2 mile in a circle, no.
Boring. Boring. The scenery never changes.
Yeah.
It's always the same thing.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Although, you go to places like Phoenix and every lap's an adventure.
Oh yeah, Phoenix is a little
Tom, did
different.
you get a 29?
What?
Did you get a 29 at Phoenix?
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh.
I haven't even downloaded the track yet. I don't honestly, with the way things are going over there, I honestly don't know if I'm going to be there this Wednesday. I'm just
Oh, stop it.
left
Knuckle
with
down, follow through.
left with a.
Knuckle down and follow
He's
through.
not even put up the points for this last race, has he? I haven't seen him.
No, he isn't. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we're all holding our breath. Maybe he'll get it done today.
Maybe. I have to go download that. I'm not going to practice as much as we did before. That's for sure.
You need to.
I'm just gonna find a set that I'm comfortable with and drive it. I just spilled coffee down in front of me on my brand new Tigg t-shirt. On my brand new Tigg t-shirt.
Good thing you don't have my new Riverside shirt.
Yeah, because coffee would freaking not come out of that probably.
No, you have to drop it in there.
Yeah,
drop it in the soak immediately.
Yeah, I probably have to go put this in the soak soon too.
Logano's got a good Pennzoil car this week. Did you see that?
No, no scalloping.
It's not the scallop thing.
Thank
no scallop,
God.
it's just yellow.
Thank God.
The other car that's really interesting is where is it? I've actually got the final round of the qualifying up because it was a wacky. Did you see that?
No.
Tom?
No.
The final round of the whack. I mean, they all sat on pit road, and sat on pit road. And it's got a minute and 47 seconds, and they're all still sitting there, looking who's gonna pull the trigger first.
Yeah.
And then it went nuts. I saw just a little bit of it yesterday. Okay. Jones starts to roll. Hemrick goes. Austin Dillon shoots in there. And then if I remember, either Larson or Stenhouse, one of them blasts through there. They're hitting each other. They're hitting each other on pit road. Oh, Stenhouse is like caged in. He's like a caged dog. Oh my gosh! You got to see this. This is amazing.
I can't see it.
It's like,
Hot dog.
where is it? Colby. I'm hoping it. Where is it? Why doesn't it ever? There you go. Finally. What do you got up on there right now?
On where?
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah, I'm putting that.
me.
I'm putting that YouTube.
Just
YouTube link for that last round of qualifying.
me. Okay, I see it. So if you want to watch that
pretty
last
interesting.
round,
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. They're going at it like crazy. No, it's not Phoenix. It's Las Vegas.
Oh, I thought we were at Phoenix. Never mind.
Mail. I can't. I'll be surprised if they don't get rain.
Really?
I don't know what the forecast right. Let me see what the forecast. Well, it's been raining here.
Yeah, but that's
Steadily,
Las
and the
Vegas.
weather's
It never
going
rains
straight
in
to
Las
from
Vegas.
here. Oh no, it snowed in Las Vegas last week.
I
What
know
are you
it did,
talking
but it
about?
never rains in Las Vegas. It never rains in California.
That's not even close.
But when it pours, man,
Well,
it pours.
They don't show any rain. They don't show any rain. They do show some wind at 2 o'clock. What are they saying? They're saying 3 to 16 mile an hour winds. They're not calling for any rain, so
That's a good thing.
let's look at the picture of the clouds. Let's
There's
see.
no clouds in the sky, stormy weather.
Oh no, I guess everything has gone north. Okay, it's soon back up north.
Well, that's good.
More likely to hit Reno.
Well, they need some rain up there.
Definitely
too.
more likely. It's in Reno right now. Yeah.
The biggest little city in the world.
yeah.
Do they not claim that as their thing anymore? The biggest
Yeah,
little
Reno's
city.
tiny. They're tiny.
Tiny.
They're a
big,
tiny
small,
wee town.
Small.
Tiny
SMall.
wee town they are. Oh, that was quick. It's over. It's over.
Well, if you said they only had like a minute and 30 left, and they went out, when they went out, they can only get 2 laps in, 3
They
tops.
blasted out. Oh, see, if you go to race department, they're announcing a set of course of competizioni is
Really?
they're announcing the GTR, a Nissan GTR.
Oh, really?
I guess is what they're announcing. I guess that's what it's released 6 previews, 6 pictures, and there are GTRs. So
Really? There it is.
GTR Nismo GT3.
Wow, I have no alerts. Miracle.
Look at those inside of the pictures. Inside of the car pictures are amazing. But how would you see those unless you had VR? You wouldn't see those, would you?
No. Well, yeah, you would, but not from that angle.
How would you see those?
Not from that angle.
You're sitting for the. No, so you'd have to have VR to see these. You'd have to be standing outside the car and look in.
Yeah, I seen the guy do that with VR. I thought that was cool when he walked around the car to show off a car. I talked about that the other day.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's cool, but it's a useless feature.
Well, for immersion's sake, I guess I get it.
Yeah. I mean, but then again, I don't know how heavy are those things. The VR rigs.
I bet you they're plastic. They're plastic. I bet you not very heavy.
Well, that's the thing that would get me is how tight, because that's how they feel on your head. Which I've seen some of them.
It says
turn cell phones into that crap, but I don't think that works the same. I just that's the thing that gets me. It looks like a Krups cup dispenser in this picture here, down here. Where it says AP Racing. It looks like a Krups.
Yeah, look at all those colorful buttons.
Yeah, the only thing that looks kind of fake is the grip on the steering wheel. Everything else looks kind of real, and the netting. That kind of looks, CGI, but the rest of this looks pretty damn realistic. Who are they paging? Paging Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine. Never mind. I like the drink button. That's funny as hell, actually.
Look at it's got left and right turn.
I see that.
Turn signals. What the heck is that? And what's that yellow button? What's the yellow button on the right underneath that?
That's the eject button.
Underneath the pit button.
That's the eject button,
because
dude.
it doesn't have a label on it. There's no label on it. Or at least you can't read it.
Yeah, no, there's no label on it. I got it big on my screen right now. It's not ready. You can't. There's nothing written there. You would think the pit button wouldn't have this red ring around it, though. That's the pit limiter button, I'm guessing. Traction control.
Gosh,
You can adjust the traction control system, and the ABS, the brake balance, reverse, the boost. Wow.
Look at some of the buttons are. Some of the buttons are for the Motu, for the HUD, for the
Yeah. Scroll it, the page, and
scroll.
Lights
Wipers.
on and off.
That's interesting.
I like
That's
the
interesting.
I like the drink button the best. I think I like that one the best.
Where?
Lower right left hand corner of the wheel. There's a drink button.
It says drink?
Yeah, it says drink on it.
Oh, so it's got a little motor for the pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's FCY though? What's
motor.
that? This is another mysterious button. FCY.
Where's that?
Opposite side of the drink button.
Ah.
I don't know. Well, he's got a wiper button on the dash, and then he's got a wiper button on the steering wheel. So that must be, in case you just leave it in the off position, and the button takes care of turning it on and off. You can't see nothing from this angle. Just flip switches. And that looks
Apparently, I need to go.
You need to go.
Apparently, I need to go to
User joined
the
your
Steam to open up.
You guys never ever take any time off?
Never. We're always
do.
live. We're always going.
Yeah. How's your connection? Better?
Yeah. I figured out a few things.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave. What's up, buddy?
Did you?
Dave NRT is with us, the provider of our server. In case you're wondering who he is, look him up on Facebook. Dave NRT.
Pain in the ass is who he is.
It's Dave NRT.
We love Dave NRT. What are you talking about, Willis?
We love him, Dave.
We love him.
How you doing, Dave?
Well, there's a different,
Pretty
there's a different
perturbed right now
dashboard.
What are you perturbed about?
Yeah.
because I don't know how to do C++ and all that other stuff to get my lobby system working again.
They got books from that.
Yeah, they looked that up on the
I'm too old to friggin' learn.
No, my sponge is kind of hard too.
That's TMI, TMI.
I want to get friggin' SMS lobby working again for the NASCAR and the rFactor and the Automobilista, and I can't figure out how to change the IPs. So. Need somebody that knows C++.
Okay, anybody that knows C++ who's watching, because there's like 3 or 4 people watching, get a hold of Dave, Dave NRT. Like I said, he's on Facebook. Great guy. Been around forever. Oh no, my camera just went away.
Man, I'm as old as dirt.
We're all old as dirt. We're all old as dirt, but you know, it's
What are you racing today?
we're not. Well, this is the coffee with the Tigg. Generally, we don't race with coffee on the Tigg, but we may. And what's on the server anyway? The same thing that's been on there.
I haven't even touched it today.
Okay.
I'm like 3 steps behind. So
We're always behind.
So of course, Competizione has Nürburgring. It has Misano World Circuit, and it has Zolder. That's the only tracks they have.
And I've never been on any of them as far as I can remember.
And Nürburgring was just a nightmare. And actually, all the pictures look like nightmares to me, too. Oh, I'm sorry. They have Hungaroring, too.
Who ring?
I raced Friday afternoon on the new Automobilista release that's coming out in March.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you should see this thing.
So wait a minute, it's the new what? Because they suppose I was just reading this on Ray's department. They were talking about how people were saying, "Well, I thought they were done with us Automobilista."
Well, they are in the G Motor 1, but they've now upgraded to G Motor 2, which is
So
the
is this
same as
gonna be-
rFactor.
Is this going to be AMB2? Is that what they're going to do?
It's Automobilista. I don't know what they're going to call it, but
From what I've been reading, it's supposed to, they're making it sound like it's more like a mod for rFactor 2 than an actual separate sim. It's going to be downloadable, downloadable content.
well, to start with, but they're building they're building a whole new game.
Well, that's kind of silly. I wouldn't do it as downloadable content. But, neither here nor there. That's my opinion.
Well, they're just giving people options of showing what they're going to use, what they're going to be able to use.
What?
The Hype Squad thing.
I have no idea what that is.
It's like you can get like bravery, brilliance, and stuff like that. It's like a badge that you can put on it. And if you get it, you can get like Discord Nitro and stuff.
The child who plays
looks
those
like you can
silly
get
games.
all It looks like you can get all the cars right now in a set of course, so you can drive any of the cars. Because it's got the Jaguar, the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the BMW, the Bentley. Yeah. It looks like it has them all. Wait a minute. Oh, that's just all the cars that are in here. That doesn't mean you can get all the cars, because there certainly is more cars than that. And I don't seem to have... a... Confirm. I want to quit the game. Where's my... It said you could go to Steam and get the newest update, which would include the GTR. So I don't see it. Blah, blah, blah. And they're announcing the delay. Well, see, what are they saying Automobilista. What are they saying? No, they're still just talking. There's the latest update to Automobilista is 12.24. That's when they added the Pumas.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's when they updated and fixed the Pumas, which was 10 days after they released. Huh. That's interesting.
I get brain fried trying to keep up with all this stuff, to be honest with you. 'Cause I don't know how these guys do it. I don't know how Sean Call has a half an hour to an hour's worth of show every day, Monday through Friday, on Sim Racing News. What do you call it?
A half hour.
Oh,
That's
sometimes
nothing.
Sometimes it lasts
If you
an
kept
hour.
yourself to a half hour or an hour, you'd be surprised what you could get done.
Oh yeah, that's Sim Racing News. He doesn't.
You could
then they
write. I mean, that's just you're on and off. You're on and off, and that there's something to be said for that.
pretty much.
Brevity is quality.
And then they have their racing after on another channel. You know.
Yeah, that's a different deal completely. Yeah.
We do it once a week, and I don't take notes to keep track of it all.
Exactly. That's all you need in life.
Well, yeah, that's the last thing I knew was
Oh,
sit in here and do that. The wife be pleased with me.
You just need to have a little pad and write down the stuff.
Yeah, I do.
As you
you
see
mean
it on the
a little
internet,
pad?
You just need to write it down and then just
A little pad?
write it down. I know, but you got to use it. You got to use it.
A little pad?
You got to write it down.
I have three of them
Write it down
sitting
and
here
then you move on.
just for that reason. And you know what I don't do? I don't write it down.
Right.
You don't write.
I don't write it down. I have.
So then you'd have something to talk about of interest.
I know. I even have this pen. I don't think I've showed that
You
before.
You wouldn't have to lean on us.
Oh,
You have to lean on Tom. I mean, look at Tom. All the fascinating jabber Tom's added.
Oh, he's added his Darth Garth.
Let's do an interview of Tom right now.
I tried
Tom
to. He says one word.
is also known as Garrett 1127. He did that to celebrate my birthday. I thought that was huge of him.
I did.
Huge. It was huge. I mean, my God, he's honoring me with his birthday right in his name. But Garrett 1127 is one of the owners at Stunna Racing. How about that? So we got him here live today. And Tom, we got a very important question to ask you today. And that question would be, what is your favorite flavor of Tums? And I know the answer. The answer is I don't have one because I've never had a Tums.
Grape.
Oh my.
Grape Tums.
Microphone activated.
Oh my God! I had to mute my microphone. I was choking. Oh my God, that was funny.
Yeah, when you're dealing with professional, that's what you get.
I know. Well, that's the whole idea. This is my favorite flavor, right there.
Did you note my radio voice there when I was talking to you?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was expecting something funny to come up, but I still didn't hear it.
But you know what's more important? Let me tell you about last night. Last night, my son went to the military ball. So
Yeah, I saw the picture.
leave from the school. Yeah, it was sharp. They left from the school on a bus. They went down to downtown Riverside to the Riverside Recreational Center thing. And they had their little soiree. That soiree lasted from 5 to 11.
Wow.
5 to 11. And so that means I had to stay up well past my bedtime. I mean, the only time I stay up late is race nights on Wednesdays, and
That's a lie.
that's it.
I see you on 1 o'clock in the morning, my time.
7:30. I know. Well, I come in and do little things, but I'm not really up and about. I'm pretty much. I get everything hunkered down, everybody dealt with, water all the livestock, and get to bed.
Livestock. I don't want to know what the livestock is. You told me you have no pets. Oh. He just called his family livestock.
There you go. Anyway, so I do that, but last night I had to stay up till almost 12, waiting for him to call me so I could go get him. I know it was hard. It was very difficult.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm telling you, 7:30 is the new 11:30 for me. I'm like, man, what are we doing up so late? It doesn't help that it's dark, It doesn't help that it's dark at 5:30, or 5 actually.
6. It's 6
With
o'clock
the
here.
rain
Somewhat.
clouds
It's
and
getting
stuff,
dark.
we've had short days. But so I turned on the TV and the public station's doing fun drive. So what do they got? They got Neil Diamond, Hot August Night 3 on.
Boy.
And I realized last night that I can do a great imitation of Neil Diamond.
Oh, well, we want to hear it now.
But I'm not going to favor you with that right now.
No,
because-
we want to hear it. We want to hear it. We want to hear it. We want to hear it.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we
It's going
do.
to happen.
We
No.
don't want to hear it.
Yeah, we do.
No, maybe in August.
In August. Why in August?
I'll wait.
What
I'll wait.
spectacular thing happens in August other than the Tigg's birthday?
You just Neil Diamond, August, put it together. Come on, I have faith in you. You can do this.
No, I don't. Other than the fact that it's my birthday, I don't know what happens in August.
Hot August nights.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm old. I was never a big Neil Diamond fan.
I saw Neil Diamond. I saw Neil Diamond in about 1980. Oh gosh, it's probably 1984 in Denver, and I was astounded at the crowd. I mean, there was people of all ages. There were kids.
He appeals to everybody.
And there was this big biker. I mean, he's wearing the wife beater, shirt, got the tats. He's, looked like he just got drug in from his bike. He's sitting there and he's just kind of bitching at his wife. His wife is just thrilled to be there. And he's just complaining, I can't believe I'm here to see Neil freaking Diamond. This is about as lame as it gets. Look at him. He's out there, So he gets out there. Halfway through the concert, this guy is standing up shouting, "We love you, Neil!" And I was impressed by that. I thought, that's charisma. That is charisma, that you can suck somebody that goes from hating you to "We love you, Neil" in a half hour. I mean, really, that was. He sang the same song 3 times in a row. Everybody said, "Do it again." I'm thinking, really? I mean, I've never been impressed. I've never seen anybody that charismatic. Never.
Well, which song did he sing 3 times in a row?
Dancing in the Streets.
Dancing in the Streets.
Not even one of his.
You never heard it. You never heard it. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Wasn't that what's his name song?
No, you're thinking of something else. But no, it's a song off of one of his albums. It's not. It wasn't a hit. It wasn't on the radio. It wasn't anything. It was just. It was on one of his albums. I want to say it was on Beautiful Noise, but I don't remember.
Well, he even knows the names of the album.
Anyway, yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, that was quite impressive. Quite impressive evening. We've kind of digressed there, didn't we?
No.
Gone from sim racing to Neil Diamond concerts.
Well,
That's
you're the one that brought it up.
I'm trying to make the show interesting. I'm trying to make it a cornucopia of fascinating information.
That's why it's called
for
Coffee
everybody
with
out
the
there.
Tig and not sim racing with the Tig, because we don't actually talk about the sim racing. We talk about life in general and anything topic that comes in our head.
It should be about sim racing.
Well, it mostly is about sim racing, but I just like what we just did, this little thing. It's informative. Other people might learn something they didn't know before. Why just be concentrated on one subject? Have we ever concentrated on one subject at all times? No.
Well, wait. Can you buy just grape Tums, or do you have to buy it? You have multi-flavor, and then you have to pick through them. You're like a kid looking for the surprise in the cereal box.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even buy Tums. I buy these.
I don't want another mango. A mango. I hate those mango Tums.
There's not even a grape one in here. I think it's strawberry, raspberry, and blueberry.
Are you got Tums sitting right there?
Yeah, right here.
Let's shake the bottle. Let me hear it. Oh my God, he does. He's got the Tums.
Yeah,
He's got Tums.
I got
Tums have a unique sound. They have a unique sound, don't they, Tom?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is right here
You can always
too.
tell if somebody rattling Tums.
Yeah, these
It doesn't
right
sound
here
like
too.
any. Yeah. See?
Everything sits
You got
right
a
here.
grape one?
This is my area. You don't mess with it. Everything sits right here. I have everything
Tigg's
I need.
World, Tigg's World,
Well, that's
party
what
time.
it's
Excellent.
exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. And you know, this is my little domain. Everything here is for me, including the bed behind me.
Yeah, the dogs just hauled ass. You waving your hands around so much they thought you was gonna beat them.
Again.
Again, I'm gonna beat you like a planet. No, I think the kids out getting food. They can hear that. They can hear Talon getting food. They hear food. They off like a shot. Even though they get fed twice a day, they still want more. You know, there's no such thing as too much food to them.
How long has it been since we talked about Riverside today?
At least 20 minutes.
Because it seems like it's been a long time.
At least 20 minutes, maybe
I was
half an
just
hour.
looking. I'm at Steam and I'm looking at the different Sims and looking at what's. And there's a screenshot in Race 07 of Riverside, which I didn't remember even taking.
Is it the crappy one or the good one?
Well, I think it's a picture of my mountain is what it is. Because it's a picture going through turn 1, and all you can see is Box Springs Mountain. It looks pretty good. I don't think he has my version of the mountains in the new update of Riverside for rFactor. I was looking at that last because I tell you one thing, I spent most of the afternoon, late afternoon, and into the evening yesterday working on talent files. And after hours of work, I decided I don't even have a clue what I'm doing here. It's like something's wrong because I can't get things to move in a logical direction when I make changes, and I think this isn't working the way I think it's supposed to work. You keep using those settings, but I don't think they mean what you think they mean. It's kind of like that. What's that,
I just
Tom?
put my 2019 car up in the forum for that.
With a Minky?
What forum?
The forum.
The Zoom
the nod?
forum. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm lost and confused. Don't worry about me.
What? The Zoom forum, you put your car up, your 2019 Minky car?
Yeah.
Did you make some changes to it?
I did.
I saw the pictures and I wasn't
did.
familiar enough with it.
You
You just changed the fade around some, didn't you?
No.
We need a Zoom logo on all our cars, and we need a Tigg logo on all our cars. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. That's what I say. That's fine.
Anyway, I'm getting out of here, boys.
Oh, I didn't even know you're still in here, Dave. Jeez.
Yeah, you're quiet.
Oh, we would have been talking about you.
Yeah, we.
Oh, I just not having a good day. That's all.
Oh, well,
I saw
have
an
one of your
interesting
special
picture
smokes for one on us, okay?
No, that's what I did yesterday all day, and it just doesn't work.
I saw an interesting picture on Facebook. It said "Meanwhile in Canada," and it had a picture of a house buried in the snow, and there was just a little bit of a window showing, and the guy was holding up a sign, and it said, "Help! I've run out of beer."
Yeah. Snow in Canada, you say?
Well, it
Yeah,
sounds like
so-
Minnesota to me, but you know, that one's empty.
Oh, it's different. It's different.
Aye, it's different. Where's my other vape?
It's different. So you're not feeling any better, huh?
No, I'm waiting to go in and see a neurologist.
Oh.
I can't feel anything in my feet or my legs, or.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Anyway, it is what it is.
That's that spinal thing. Yep.
It is what it is. Live by the sword. Live by the sword. Die by the sword.
Yep. It's not the years. It's the miles.
It's the driving a truck for millions of miles. I know a lot of truckers have got same condition. Same conditions. It's sitting for
My wife went back the last 40-some years, and I got 5.6 million miles.
That's a lot of
Like I
miles.
said, it's the miles.
It's a lot of miles.
I used to run 140,000 to 150,000 a year, so. And never get out of the truck.
I
So
do
it's
that
all-
about every 3 years in my car.
4 or 5 for me, because I don't drive but to town and back.
What are you friggin' Toronto on a Friday night at 7 o'clock and deliver in San Francisco Monday morning at 8 o'clock, 3,000 miles away. No wonder I'm crippled.
Of course, he didn't say that. What's the statute of limitations on logbook fraud?
But you know what? Of everything that happened, I can honestly say I'm pretty friggin' proud that I've got 42 years and I've never had an accident, and 40 years since I've ever had a ticket.
There you go, buddy. There you go. Did you have a plaque with that on it in your wall? Because I would hang that proudly on my wall. I'm serious. That's a compliment.
Piss on that. Unless I won't even play American Truck Simulator because it's just too much of a pain in the ass.
It's too realistic.
It's not realistic.
I ever win $60 million, I'm buying 5 of the biggest, fanciest builds they ever built in their life, and big shiny trailers, and going to build a new house. And every morning at 8 o'clock, I'm going to get my maid to bring me out a cappuccino and a rock, and I'm going to throw it at it and go back to bed.
The cappuccino or the rock? We're going to throw the rock at the cappuccino.
Well, whatever will reach wherever the trucks are parked. And if that doesn't work, I'll go get a 357.
Well, that'll put a hole in something.
You win $30 million, you got to have some sort of a tax loss.
It's called children.
Oh, no, they're all gone, thank God.
Well, yeah, but if you win $30 million, you know how fast they'll be knocking on your door? Really?
Do you know how fast I could spend $30 million?
About as fast as I can.
You know, the lotto, the Powerball was last night. It was $340 million.
Yeah?
And I kind of have this thing. I don't buy a Powerball until it's over like 300 million because I can't live on 200 mil. So what's the point?
I'd buy the last company that I used to work for, where I had all the trucks, and fire every one of the pricks and put them in receivership.
There you go. Let it go, Dave. Let it go.
Friggin' right. And I do it stoned.
Do it stoned.
I'm drunk and stoned.
Yeah.
Go all out. Drunk and stoned.
You're dreaming about driving, aren't you? That's not good.
Well, I just give up my license on Wednesday, so.
Oh, there you go. You're free.
I had to give up my whole driver's license, my car license and everything.
Okay.
So yesterday, I went to the dump. What do you call it? And the cops stopped me. What the hell are they going to do to me? I don't go out of town. The dump's half a mile away.
I can't believe you didn't call us. You're going to the dump. What kind of guy doesn't call his buddies and say, "Man, I'm going to the dump. You want to come?"
Well, it's Wednesdays and Saturdays. So,
No.
Mark, put that on a sticky note and put that down someplace. That, you won't be able. You won't. You got server problems. You'll have to wait till I get back from the dump.
He's gone to the dump. Picking up or dropping off.
How are you?
You know what? I can't believe some of the stuff people throw out.
I'm saying, going to the dump is quite an adventure. You see some cool stuff. Hey, I wouldn't have thrown that away. Heck, I want one of those.
Jesus Christ, I got a piece of stainless steel, like a quarter-inch piece of stainless steel. The son of a gun would be worth about $600, $700. Somebody just threw in the trash bin. You should have seen me trying to get that out of there with no legs.
Jeez. And with your back out. Jeez.
Anyway, I'm getting out of here. See you, boys.
Dave, take care. We hope you get to feeling better.
If you know anybody, I need somebody to look up C++, and then I can put that SMS lobby back up, and you won't have to connect via remote or via IP or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we'll snoop around. We might know somebody.
Well, you guys are right into that Stundote or whatever it is. So.
Stunod.
What's it called?
Stunod.
Where would they ever come up with a name like that?
You'd have to ask Adam.
Sounds like something I'd say when I was stoned trying to say hello.
It's almost that bad. Yep.
Oh, him and I will get along well then.
It's almost that bad.
We'll both be on the same wavelength. All right, have a good show, Tigg.
All right.
See ya.
He's not even in right now. We're just looking at his race car bread. It's like a kid's room. Look at that. That's weird. That's kind of strange. Okay, so I got your car downloaded. I'm trying to go find it right now. Downloads Tom's car right there. Camaro Cup. I got to go back and fix mine. I haven't had a chance to do that. Cut. OSCUQR Papyrus. Da-da. Put it in there. Series. Minkies. The Minky series. Tom's car. Paste. Continue. Now I gotta deflate it out of there. Deflate it here. Extract it there. And she's in. She's in, man. Go see. Go see it in the game. How about that? Let's do that. Da-da-da-da. The game only has Arrow 88 and that mod in it. Unassigned. And my wheel's not talking to it this morning, apparently. Minx. Opponent manager. Ooh, that's my car. That's my broken car. I gotta fix it. It's not too far off, too. That ain't a bad looking car. People aren't gonna recognize our cars, Tom. Here's your car.
Do I even have your car?
No, I haven't finished. I put it on the wrong template. So I gotta redo it.
Put it on the wrong template.
So what did you do? What did you change on it?
I just moved some logos around.
That M, the master mechanic tool thing, the gloves thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that there. That's good.
Well, I needed something there. And I moved the little ones up.
I like that look. I like the orange on the back. That looks good. Goldish orange. It's funny because my car's goldish orange. I just gotta fix it.
I'm back.
And if you look at the blue, it's not as dark as what my renders are, and I don't know why.
It's the lighting and the shading in the game. That's why. It's the way it looks in the game. Have you looked at it on the track? Does it look the same?
Yeah, it looks the same as it does in the preview.
Oh. I like it. I'm not sure about the white line around the rainbow. I almost feel like that's too heavy.
You think?
I feel like it should match the size of the outline on the number. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, you don't know what kind of a bitch it was to get that little swoop from the front wheel to the headlight to line
I believe
up.
you. I believe you. That's why it didn't didn't involve the front and mine. Mine is just a solid color. I thought, ooh, this is gonna be a goof. It's gonna be a goof.
Oh, they ever think the plumbing, the easier it is to
Oh,
stop
I
the
gotta
drain.
paint. Oh no, Tig, I need your car. Oh wait a minute, I have it.
What car?
Look it's right there. Your Minx 19 car.
It's all over the place.
Yeah, I've got it. Never mind. Never mind. It's there. I gotta fix mine. I gotta fix mine now, man.
You?
Yeah, because I used the wrong template.
That's right,
I
you
did
did.
not know Dave was still on. That's funny.
Yeah, well, he got quiet real fast, and I checked to see if he was still on, and he was just quiet. Did he leave, or because he doesn't get
he's
announced
gone.
when he comes in and goes like everybody else does.
He's gone. He's
What'd you
secret.
put that on? What template did you use?
I used a 2019 Minx Mustang. I thought I'm going in to see again. Let me just go in and look.
Couldn't be.
I guess not.
I bet you used the Fusion template.
It's got a Mustang grill. It's got a Mustang. Like I said, it's got the wee horse on the front.
Is that third-party crap template somebody made?
Who knows? Who knows?
If you didn't get it from
But it's
Splash
in
and
the
Go,
mix
more
thing.
than likely it's the third-party crap thing.
It's in the Minx folder, so I don't.
I didn't even notice that. I'm looking at your car now.
You see the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, the front's got that double oval, and then it's got that little hole on the left fender.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even understand what's going on there. So it's a mystery to me. Gosh, do I even have that in
some
here?
people have put up when they announced the Mustang release. People made a template that will go over the Fusion, but they called it the Splash and Go 2019 Manx car. So they didn't say it was for the 18
guess
mod.
what?
So
That's what I got.
that's probably what you have. I did notice that, and I did want to raise Cain about that, but I kept my mouth shut. Miracle as it may seem, I actually did keep my mouth shut about something.
Yeah, some of those people ask for renders within third-party templates and saying that it fits on this model and it don't. then the render looks like crap, and they wonder why.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, S&G complete mint templates.
That's
the
what
Mustang.
you want. That's the one you want.
Big hairy thing. I gotta transfer this over. Hopefully. I wonder how much I gotta do.
How many races that we're gonna do online with that mod? 2.
You just never know.
I know.
You just never know.
You never know. Never more.
You never know. I hate these big stinking templates.
I know. Well, don't we all? That's why I had somebody else paint mine for me.
Okay. You know, I should have known something was wrong when Tom asked me about the curved or straight Goodyears. I should have clued me in, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, the other one don't have that business. Which ones did you use? I forgot to look.
By the way, Bill, did you hear the news?
Curved or straight?
I use the curve.
Yeah. What'd you say, Tom? Or Tigg?
Did you hear what today was?
Yeah.
The 100. It's the 100th episode of Coffee with the Tigg.
Oh, I knew that. I commented on that.
Oh, you
yes,
did?
I knew.
Oh, okay, cool. 100 episodes.
Absolutely.
We've done this 100 times. Probably half of them live. I don't remember when we started doing them live, but yeah. So that's pretty cool. Remember, they were once a day. I was trying to be Sean Paul. Yeah, okay.
You didn't put any winter stickers on your car, Tom?
Yeah, you need to put like 8 of them on there.
A bunch of wins.
You need to put 8 of them on there.
that's
Cover it. Cover that thing. You could be.
Should have done it.
Just remember, just to think if they did that back when Petty and Earnhardt were running, they put win stickers on them. There wouldn't be room for anything else.
They're doing that. They're doing that 200 wins for Kyle Busch talk again.
Well,
They were doing that all night last night.
I'm sorry, but I don't count that as 200 damn wins.
Nope, it don't
It's
work
got to be in
that
the
way.
Grand National or Winston Cup, Nextel Cup, Sprint Cup, or Monster Cup. That's what it's got to be in. One of those 4, 5. Not Bush, not Xfinity, not trucks. You know, it's got to be in the Premier Series. That's how Richard Petty did it. He did it in the Premier Series.
That's correct.
Yeah. It doesn't matter that they ran Premier Series on Saturday and Sunday back in the day, and that's how he got most of his wins. It's the fact that he did it in the Premier Series. In fact, it was the only series at that time. It wasn't until what?
The only
Bush didn't come along to what? The late 70s, early 80s?
early.
No, I thought it was 90s.
I want to say it was 80, 85 or something like that.
Because it was called Sportsman Class.
Well, he's 30 something, 32, something
33.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Oh no,
33.
yeah, he's 33.
So you count back.
Who's 33?
Kyle Busch.
That means he was born in 86, so it had to have been late 90s when he was in anything major.
No, yeah, well, no, I'm talking about when the Bush series started.
Oh,
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Kyle Busch. I'm talking about the you know.
it was a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Where's the professor when you need him?
Exactly. He's never around when you need him. But that's what I'm talking about, because it was all Premier Series up until I think the late 70s, early 80s. He would be smart if that's where he should be. That's where I would be.
What's that font called with for the banners? It's begins with a B, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't have it. I don't think.
Oh man, I just seen that too.
It's something. It's got two words, B and an A word.
No, it's not an A.
No.
Oh, maybe it is.
I'm using this one. The hell with it.
It is. Ah.
That's not right. I'll tell you that much right there.
So needless to say, Kyle Busch is never going to get 200 wins because the way the series is run. He'd have to win, what, an average of 10, 15 races a year over how many years to get to 200? Now they can say...
Well, 36 races a year.
Right.
If you won a third of them, let's say that's a third of them is 13 or 12.
Berthold as Kazinas Gotesk B.
Okay, if you don't know it, don't tell me. If you don't know it, don't try to...
BRTHOLD.
I don't care. I'm using whatever I want.
AKZ.
It's a fictional car. I can use whatever I want.
Exactly. And you don't have to put that stupid Heat logo on it.
Flink, Flurger, Flurger, Fliege, Flieger.
You know, that stupid...
Flurgen, Flagen, Flurgen.
Tire Flurgen. To say 13 races times divided by 200 divided by 13. He'd have to... It's probably 10, 15 years, isn't it?
What'd you say? 200 divided by what? How many?
By 13.
12. Let's say 12.
Let's say 12. Yeah, okay, 12. 12 is good.
That's almost reasonable.
16.66 years.
Yeah.
So it's doable.
But he's not done that, though.
To win that many races every year, it just isn't going to happen.
Well, he's had this. He doesn't have. There's some years he doesn't have 16 wins. As last year with
nobody's got these 16 years of win.
Yeah.
Nobody's got. Last year was a landmark year with Harvick getting 8.
Yeah, exactly. So you're talking 20-year career.
So he'd have to do it for 32 years.
Exactly, and he's not going to be around that long because he's going to wind, wearing himself out or hurting himself bad.
Well,
hurting himself.
I for one think that NASCAR should never let Cup drivers drive in anything series below them.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like, yep, you're out of there. You're done.
You're stealing their glory, especially the truck guys. Especially the truck guys. You're stealing their glory.
They move up where they're at unless they retire.
Yep, you retire, then you can come.
Well, you do know the rules. You can pick which series you want to win points in.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So when he retires from Cup, he can go back and run his truck races.
Yeah. We've seen how that goes over with DW trying to run Busch and truck. That was scary.
Yep.
That was scary. And
Martin. I don't think they should let him. I don't think they should let him drive in the lower series. Period.
Well, there's a reason for that, and the straight-up reason is money. It puts butts in the seat. But if you look at the truck race seats, they don't sell out a quarter of them, and it's honestly the best race of the weekend usually.
Well,
usually.
Tell you the truth, ain't none of the races selling out.
No, not anymore.
So that's a lame.
Well,
reason.
that was the excuse, up until the last few years. They used to sell out. Till I think 2005, 2006, somewhere in there, where they stopped selling them out.
I remember when we used to go. We used to go to Martinsville every year, and the tickets were $30, $35 for a good seat.
Yeah.
The last one I went to was $75 for the crappiest seat in the place.
Exactly, they price themselves out. We've discussed this before. NASCAR has priced themselves out of their own market. When I went to the Brickyard in 2008, the tickets for the inside the Fan Canyon were $95, and I won those from Casey King because they wanted to put butts in the seat.
Well, I don't think anybody's paying anybody. There's no appearance money in NASCAR.
Well, no, but still, you're talking $95.
Well-
How much? I've heard. I have a friend, or used to have a friend, who uncle lives in Speedway City, or whatever the hell it's called, and he works at the track. They give tickets away for the Indy 500 to fill up the seats. Literally, they were giving away tickets to put butts in the seats. So I don't know if that's still practiced anymore, but you know, just to have butts in the seats for TV, they would get, literally, at the day of the race, they would stand outside the gate and hand out tickets. You had to be there to get them, but, you know.
Y'all remember the last World Series game that Roberto Clemente played in Baltimore in?
No.
Yeah, I seem to remember something about
It was
that.
the early 70s, like 70
Early.
or 71.
Yeah, yeah,
And then he got killed in that plane crash that fall.
right.
I went to that last game in Baltimore. You know how much my ticket was?
$13.
World
$8.
Series game.
$13.
$2.
$2.
$2.
$2.
So you had
Granted,
to
I
sell.
was up high and way
Yeah, way up in the cheap seats.
around the horseshoe, but you couldn't spit on the sidewalk for $2 now.
No. You couldn't even, no. The last time I went to a professional baseball game, I think I paid $10 to get into, and that was up in the nosebleeds at the vet. You know, the picture I just shared last night of the 3 sports complexes. The vet is the big round one. Nosebleeds, and this is way back in the 80s, way early 80s. I think I paid $10 to
I
get
haven't
into
been
the
to
cheap
baseball.
seats. I used to love baseball.
I haven't been to a pro game since
Then
the,
in the
the 90s.
I don't remember when, but it was the Colts playing the Jets at the old stadium, and that's the game that where Mike Curtis decked that fan that ran out to steal the football. I was at that game in the end zone, Jets end zone, and the tickets were $18.
Wow.
My godparents are true blue hockey fans, Flyers fans to the end. They were presidents of the fan club for like 20 years. When they built the new stadium, they couldn't afford their season tickets anymore. And that's like 20 years of being a season ticket holder. That when they moved to the new complex, they couldn't afford them. That's just fact.
Yeah, and did they use public money to help build it?
Yep,
I think they did. They
That
probably
should be
did.
against the law. That should be against the law.
that's right. They did. They like this new Rams Chargers stadium they're building in L.A. I mean, $3 billion or something they're spending on it, and they're just that's they bond money. That is not right. That is just not right.
Well, it's supposed to be for public use too. You know, that's the whole concept behind the whole thing, is that the public gets to use it. What's the public going to use it for? I mean,
No, they're not going to use it for anything. They're going to spend money to go into it.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the Army Navy game used to be at JFK Stadium, which was Philadelphia Stadium before that. That's the lowest one in that picture. That got torn down. Instead of renovating it and make everything good, they tore down basically a landmark to build this new stadium for the Phillies or for the Eagles. I can't remember what it was. It's just, you know, all that stuff just pisses me off. And the funny thing is about the ball and stick sports is the prices used to be cheap until they all started going on strike and demanding multi-billion-dollar, million-dollar contracts. Who's to blame? Ultimately, if you really want to look at it for the price of everything, it's the players. Honestly, if you want to look at it, that's why I stopped watching
When you
that
can
stuff.
have a they just signed some guys to new contracts, and it's
$280 million.
$114 million.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
for
$283
$10
million over a
9
year, every
years.
year. Yeah, not over, a year. A year. I mean,
nuts.
you're paying people billions of dollars, millions of dollars, well, basically billions when you combine them all, to play a kids game. That's the way I look at it. That's why I stopped watching baseball, basketball, football, and now hockey. Hockey used to be the sport. I used to love hockey. I used to love baseball. I was okay with basketball and football. I've been, but It was always baseball and hockey. Those were the two sports that I loved as a child, in the teens and 20s. And then when they started
As a
demanding,
wee baby.
yeah, I even tried out for the Phillies once. When I was 18 years old, walk on tryouts. That was fun. Not. Basically, and you sit there and you look at it, and you just don't. It's a kid's game. Football, it's probably a teenager's game. I don't like the fact that they have 8 and 9-year-olds playing football, but tackle football. But that's the parent talking there. But baseball, we played that from the time we were old enough to gather on the corner. You get 5, 6 guys together, and you played on the corner without a catcher. You played stickball. I don't know how many of you guys played stickball, but we played stickball on, usually using the 4 corners as the bases, and you can always hit it down one street because you only had so many guys there. You had guy pitching, one guy in the infield and one guy in the outfield. I mean, that's what we did as kids, and we played that forever, from the time basically to the time you're old enough to figure out how to do it. So you're go off to high school. And still play in high school. They didn't let you play high school ball. But that's why I call it a child's game. Because that's what it is. And these guys are making $280 million playing a child's game. When I did try out for the Phillies, that was way back in the 80s. Way back in the 80s. Like 84, 83, somewhere in there. I don't even remember anymore. A utility player on a professional baseball team, a guy just sits on the bench all year round, basically, and he just sits there. They made $180,000, and that was considered a lot of money. Now they got guys who sit on the bench for $1 million, which is ridiculous. I mean, I know inflation and all that stuff, but it's not the same as it was when we were kids. We harken back to when we were kids a lot. And that's understandable, but it's not the same. And anyway, we are digressing way far from the subject of anything. But then again, that's what we do. So, I'm going to go to the can, and I'll be right back.
Jeez, that can lean on us to. So we'll just take the conversation back to painting. These templates make painting take forever.
Yeah.
Because you can't find anything.
Well,
yikes in a
did
way.
you get the complete one or the?
Yeah, I got the complete one.
The light one.
The complete.
The light one, probably a little better.
I'm trying to find the body colors for the uniforms. There they are. I got it. Where's your britches, boy? Where's your legs? Oh, there's your legs. Okay, I need to get some. Gotta get some proper green colors on this thing. Green colors. There it is.
Oh gosh,
I missed it. They've changed some things on this newer version of the.
It's a good thing the bathroom's just on the other side of the wall. So, what's the agenda for this week, of course, is, we got today's show. Wednesday nights, we all sim race with Delta Sim Racing. Is that .net or are they at .com? I don't remember. But join in. We don't broadcast that live. But if you want to, you got to look up Delta Sim Racing and let them know you want to join. Join up with me, Bill, Tom, Jeb. A couple other guys shooting every now and again, but if you want to get
.com.
It's .com. So if you want to race Wednesday nights with the Tigg, we don't broadcast it because it's NR2K, and NR2K is very hard on the internet. The net code is terrible. So I don't broadcast that except Tuesdays when we do it. It's a little bit better, but Thursday.
Tell them the truth. It's secret.
It's secret. It's secret. What's secret about it? Yeah, you don't want to see me wrecking out. That's what you think. You watched our Tuesday shows with the warp. You see the warp on the Tuesday afternoon shows or morning shows, whatever you're going to call it. It's worse at night. It really is.
Oh boy, it's worse. Way worse.
Way worse. So that's something.
Way worse.
It's way worse. So that we do on Wednesday nights. Thursday is ISI Thursday is going to be whatever we decide to do. We haven't decided. Bill hasn't decided when he's going to run. Excuse me. The series for Zoom Race World with rFactor yet, so he's got everything worked out over at Sinai. You can go over there and look, SinaiRacing.net. Look at the online section. Bill has High Bank as the what is in the planning stages of a Zoom Race World series. We'll be on that, and depending that I can probably stream because rFactor's a lot easier, and I've noticed I've streamed it with hardly any difficulties at all. Actually, last Thursday, Tom and I were side by side for a few seconds, and nothing warped. So that'll be streamed when we decide to do that. Bill's not decided. Actually, when Bill decides to do that, I have nothing in that decision. That's all Bill's decision. I just, yes sir, whatever you want, sir. No, yes sir. That's how that works. We'll be deciding how to do that. Other than that, most of the time it's going to be uploads. I'm going to be doing more uploads. I'll do more project cars, more set of course uploads over there. Just trying to get different content up there. Maybe do some more. We've kind of gotten away from Simbin Sims because of the lack of the ability to get those on the server, which is sad because they created a lobby system, and when Simbin went down, the lobby system died. So
I can get them on the biggest reason we're not running them is because they don't support AI.
Yeah,
that's the
other reason. I forgot about that. I've got so much in my brain, I forgot about the AI not being supported. So that's why Bill says that. So those will probably wind up being just upload videos that actually might turn into Simbin Wednesdays and Saturdays. I don't know, just to turn that into grab bag or when we decide to go online and do stuff. But other than that, pretty much the same thing that we normally do. Turn this into the coffee with the bullshit with the Tigg Sunday. That's basically what this is. We have a lot of fun. We like to talk about different things, including painting in R2K, which is a big deal at SinaiRacing.com. We all enjoy it. I used to do a lot more.
It's because it's a painting site.
That's a painting site.
It's a painting site.
That's what it is, and we're trying to evolve it into a racing site.
Add dimensionality to our personalities.
Yes, we need more.
We want some personalities behind this stuff.
Personalities, walk a person. Never mind.
Tom, which metallic layer did you use? Jeez. Thing is a craziness.
Hang on a minute and I'll tell you.
Crazy metallic.
In there. That's it.
Metallica.
Pentalica.
Oh, crud.
Crud.
The crud one?
The crud
Too
one?
many war wagons.
Too many war wagons.
Yeah, I was trying to fix war wagon template for a guy.
War wagon template. I see why people have problems with this number now. Gee whiz.
19.
I went straight.
Well,
I'm not sure where that should be. Jeez. I'll find out when I get it done. Lucky Tigg's got his car all painted up.
Thank God, too. Thank God.
We haven't even seen it on the track yet, have we?
Yeah, we did. The other day, last Tuesday. Tuesday we seen it.
Did we do it? I don't even remember.
We did Tuesday. We did a little Daytona. I'm just having a hard time adjusting the.
Can't be
the
true.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did on Tuesay's show. I'm just having a hard time adjusting to the cup physics with the D27. It just feels totally wonky and weird. I probably just had to adjust the steering ratio to fit it right. And it just doesn't feel right to me. in Cup. It does in trucks. The GPS physics feel good, but I've not taken out the BNS physics either, the GNS physics either, so I don't know how that feels. But Tom's got an answer for you, so go ahead, Tom.
The only one I used was the overlay. I turned the other two off.
There's only two.
So you used.
And
Did you turn it down?
I used the overlay and the metallic. The overlays at 52 and the metallics at 32.
Okay, right now I've got the. Let's see. I've got the metallic at 44, and it's still washing it out too much.
And I actually deleted parts out of it.
God, it just washes the car completely out. Crazy. What are they thinking?
I don't know.
It's crazy. It's mad.
It's madness. It's madness, I tell you. It's total and complete other man. Dogs and cats sleeping together. Living together. I'm sorry.
Oh, look at that.
I just screwed up a classic line.
That's hideous. You did. Mass hysteria. Dogs and cats living together.
Total chaos. It's a great movie.
That's the line.
They're rebooting that original movie again,
I got a goodie for you, Bill, to put on your car.
What's that? What?
I got a goodie for you to put on your car.
Oh, do you now?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Wonder where
do
those
we really
logos
want to
are.
know?
I just stuck a logo on this car. I just stuck a logo on this car, and it's so buried in this thing, I'll never find it. I need it. I can't. Ah, you bastard. They changed the way you can go back, to undo things. They've made it more like Photoshop, and it sucks. Come on. There it is. Where are you, you bastard?
There it is.
Yeah, where are you, you wee bastard? Hey, there you are. You're stuck way up there with the tires. Are you believing that? Actually, they probably should be up there. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Put it somewhere.
Oh, no. It's the Mr. Bill Show. You see who I'm rooting for? I'm rooting for the 78 today. Which is now, what, the 19?
19.
Isn't he the 19 now?
He's the 19 now.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hell, I'll always be the 78 to me.
You're going with Truex, huh?
Yeah,
going with the
Truex. I'm going with the Jersey boy. That's hometown area. So.
Most unfortunate.
I like the Jersey boy.
Most unfortunate.
Yeah, most unfortunate. No. I like the Jersey boy. He's a good kid. Nice guy too.
He is a good guy.
He's a nice guy.
I got nothing against him. Don't have any problem with him. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
What you got a decal? What are you saying? You got a decal for me?
Yeah. I'm putting it up on the file browser right now.
All right.
Do we want to
I'm
see
afraid
what
to look
decal?
away from this
Yeah, I
stuff,
don't know what it's going to be. That's the thing. It could be something totally out of this world or totally inappropriate. Tom, do something inappropriate? No.
There you go.
Oh God. Do I want to look? Do I want to look?
Yeah, I don't care if you look. It ain't nothing bad.
I just want to see how funky it is, to be honest with you.
How could you disappear? Oh. There it is.
It's in this Tigg's world. He didn't realize he was in Tigg's world, not in the Zoom.
Yeah, I knew exactly where I was at.
Okay.
That's where we're all at.
I'm looking over.
My
file
Look, there's nothing else in my... Oh, chrome rings. That's all that is? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. They're nice. They're nice. Ooh, they're nice. They're nice. chrome rings. You're gonna look
Wonder
like
where
you're,
that went. Wonder
you
where that
need,
went.
you need to get a lowrider now. You need to get a 59 Impala, man. Hit it, Bill.
Oh man, you need some moon centers to go with them, man. That would look really good, man. Oh, dude. You need to learn. If you learn to do that, man, you'd be good. Then, did you make those?
Yep.
Tom.
He's getting talented.
Amazing. He's quite a talented young man. He'll go far. Or he'll just go.
He'll go somewhere. Who knows?
He'll just go. Oh, now I gotta try to find that logo again. Dang it.
Find a rope and hang
layers in
me. Dang
this.
me.
There's too many layers in this template, man. I can't find shit.
Now remember the picture I showed you guys? We'll pull that back up real quick. We'll hide that so you can't see my Facebook just in case something wicked shows
You hide
up.
them all. You hide them all, don't you? You hide them.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure your 2019 is the same as my 2018. Yeah.
You think?
All right.
You think?
On your layers,
My layers, man.
box to the right,
Yeah.
hit the up arrow. It compresses all the sub layers to the main heading.
Oh, then you can find. Yeah.
And then if you just turn off the main heading, it turns all of them off.
Oh, that sounds good. I'd turn them all off.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. I thought about that, but I don't know the template well enough to know where things are, so I didn't do that yet. It's like I'd turn them off and it doesn't have this. I'm almost done with this conversion over, but I'm not happy with the color and everything right now. It's all goofy. Goofy.
Goofy. This is now. Do that accent again that you just did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You lowrider, man.
This guy's gonna look sharp.
Same
It's
guy.
gonna look sharp.
Same guy. Same guy you're seeing on the screen right now has got that is doing that. That's funny as hell.
Sharp. He's gonna look really sharp, man. What are you talking about, man?
Funny as hell. Anyway,
That's
guys.
All right.
I'm gonna put
All right. I don't know about this stupid hood cutout thing on this car. That's not right. That's not right.
That's not right, he says. Anywho.
So let's talk about the Project Cars 2 demo.
Well, we did. You missed it. What would you like to talk about?
Hey, if I wasn't on and you talked about it, you didn't talk about it.
It didn't happen. Exactly.
It didn't.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Oh,
I wasn't there. It did not happen. You didn't see nothing, man.
Easy stuff.
You didn't see shit.
Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan.
So, did you avail yourself of the numbers to see if you actually are running something that is really the Project Cars 2?
It's exactly the same. It's from what I've been reading, what little bit I could read about it, or on their site. It is exactly the same as Project Cars 2. From what I could read, the demo is exactly the same as the real sim. Slightly mad. Well, go to YouTube or pull up your YouTube.
YouTube, man, YouTube. Turn up your YouTube.
It's gonna take a minute to load since I'm streaming. And the intro video it comes through gorgeously. Oh, they have little spec racers in this too, huh? Cool. I've not watched the intro.
They do?
Yeah. You only see them for the
Really?
briefest
Spec
of seconds. Little, you only see
The
them for,
Ford spec racers.
it looks like a Ford. I mean, it's on the screen very briefly. Very, very briefly. They show a lot of the Group C in the intro, so that must be
They do.
that must be their thing. So here's the only way.
I haven't even looked through the car list. I haven't even looked through it.
Dang it.
Dang me, dang me. Why don't you get a rope and hang me? You keep saying dang me.
No, you're thinking of the song he did. The other song he did. Hack along, hack along. Oh, yeah, that'll skip a rope. I'm sorry.
Darth Garth. I have no idea what this is going to look like.
You know,
but...
the other day when our junior member was being a pill,
yeah,
I was gonna change my my username to Darth Highbank.
Darth Highbank. Well, you go, man. So,
yep.
Well, there we go. Hey, look at that. It's not raining today.
It's raining somewhere.
Oh, it's raining. It's raining. But it's clearer than it was. If you go on YouTube, you can see it's running at 40 frames per second. So there you go.
What are you running? You're still driving the same car?
Yeah, the Ferrari.
The Ferrari. Is that a fast-draw Ferrari in front of you?
Oh,
Is that? Oh. Well, I don't know what we do.
I can barely hear you, so.
If we didn't know the track, we wouldn't know how to act. I wouldn't think it was you. It's raining. Slow down. I just got to keep up with them. Look at the blue sky. It's raining. What track is this?
Red Bull Ring. One of the configurations of Red Bull Ring.
Skip. Saying hi to hey.
Yeah.
So how's it look to you?
Well,
You mean the puddles and the water?
pretty good.
It looks damn good. I'm running 41 frames right now while I'm streaming. That's pretty damn good.
Really?
I always blow the corner.
done so far. Great job.
You can actually hear the windshield wipers. That's the thing. I just messed up. I just got way back. Matter of fact, I lost 13 seconds. And now I'm overdriving the car. Ooh. Well, something just shut me down.
Go back to your number.
That's what I think is cool about this game. Right now, the fact that it wasn't raining a second ago, and now it's down to the traction is gone.
They got 4 things in there with like Batman things on it.
Do they really?
Yeah. Go to the library.
That's your fastest time in Sector 2 so far today. Great job.
Doing now, Tom?
Making that lines.
I just think it's. I'm not sure that's.
You're on the final lap.
It just looks like. Like it when you can't see it. Maybe that's that. Maybe that is that. I think this car's really cool. Maybe the gold some more metallic. Chop that down to 43. That's a little better. Foam's not even on. That's probably enough. Something there, and I need to put. I need to put a number on the front back. There's my numbers. Yep. because you guys wouldn't know who I was.
Yeah.
I never know these things on the front.
So what'd you think of that? You weren't even watching, were you?
No. I can't. The quality of the video's not that high. So it's
It's not better right now, I can see that, but I'm not sure it's going to rain for a second. I have to watch. What's that?
Did you say 14?
Yeah, well, in the replay it was 14. During the race, it looked, with the few times I glanced up there, it was actually in the 40s, which isn't
No,
bad.
it ain't bad.
No.
It ain't bad.
Considering I'm
I'd
streaming.
like to see a still. I'd like to see a still picture of what you're looking at.
A what?
So, I mean, because I'm looking at, let's see, what do I got? You're at 480, you know,
Yeah.
P, so you're not high def. But I imagine you're looking at it in high def and it looks great.
Right.
Right?
Right.
How much room you got left on your hard drive?
I'm turning stuff down now, so. I could barely hear you while I was driving, but if I don't do this now, I won't remember.
I know. Look at that, enable headphone mix. I wonder what that means. I wonder what that means.
I'm gonna click it and find out, though.
Let's find out. I wonder if it figures that you have different signals coming in, and so it kind of balances them.
It might. Yeah.
That would be nice. That would be nice, right?
Yep. So, how much room do I have left? Oh, here's 60 frames per second for this setup screen, so. Yes.
So, you have chat on your screen now?
Yeah, I can see it. Peace. Oh, Jesus Christmas. I told you I was going to wait till it went on sale and I was going to buy it. If I had the money.
I wonder if they're going to go to PC3 real soon here.
From what I understand, that's only going to be for console. I have 129
oh, well,
gigs
good,
of space.
fine. I think they really oughta. Oh, guess what? Oh my.
Oh my what?
I just got a... Well, there was a G27 up fairly cheap, no shipping.
Right.
I put in a bid on it. I bid on a bid on it just to, you know, I won it.
Really?
Yeah, I got it.
So now you got the same. You'll have the same wheel I have.
Oh gosh.
Oh lordy.
Okay, I can live with it. I can live with it. Well, I've been worried about my wheel going out on me.
Yeah,
so
I know you
I've been
have.
looking for one at the right price, and I found one.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't expect to win it. I almost bought one that was buy it now, and then I realized they didn't have pedals, and I know that my pedals would work with it, but yeah, and it was like $100, and I thought, wow.
Well,
but then I realized, oh, there's no pedal, because it says it comes with everything in this picture, and I looked at it several times, and the biggest thing I'm seeing is that a lot of people are selling these without the power supply, which I don't understand.
Oh,
it's like, why aren't they selling them with the power? No, I think they're selling them separate.
Yeah.
I think some people are piecing these things out, because I went on, and after it saw that it didn't have pedals, I looked, and there was a whole bunch of pedal sets for sale, you know. But by the time you the time you freight them in,
and piece them
and
together, it's twice as much.
This one I put the bid in on. They were paying the freight, so I said, "Hey, send it."
And where's it coming from? It's not coming from California, is it?
No, it's not. It's coming from Georgia.
Holy
Supposed to be in
shit!
next week.
Wow. That's That's completely across the country. That's gonna be like $100 and some odd bucks to ship it there.
It'd be about 59, I think.
And if you go last class freight, maybe. But if you want any, anyway. So as you can see, Project Cars works. Bill, out of the generous of his heart, which I can thank very much.
Did you
Bobby.
get it? Did you down?
No, I'm gonna download it when we're done the show. I'm gonna download it when we're done the show.
Well, I want to know if it works. You need to send it back if it's not.
Well, yeah. If I download it now, it's gonna kill the signal for the show. That's the thing. So that's why.
That's true. Okay.
That's why I'm trying to end the show now, so I can download it and then try it out. But again, I thank Bill. He's my biggest supporter. I can't appreciate everything he does for me enough, even though there's sometimes I do not show it. As always, I am not an emotional man, but
Just say it. I'm a moron.
No, you are probably the greatest guy in the freaking world, to be honest with you.
Well, I am. I know that.
I know. It just put up with me and
Tom would be, but except for that thing.
The Darth Vader thing? Yeah.
Tom's.
I am not your father. Tigg, I am not your father.
Yep.
Darth Tom. Darth Tom. You have seen a doctor about this, right, Tom?
Yeah.
Yep.
What did he say?
Nothing.
How long were you in the mines?
How long have you been a mushroom farmer?
You say you lived in Virginia and lived in Pennsylvania now. It sounds like you're a coal miner to me.
Are you a coal miner's daughter? No, just teasing.
He's a coal miner.
In a mine, excavating for a mine. Was miner 49. Never mind. I don't remember how that goes. It's been so long since I've heard that song. Anyway, we're going to end the show so I can download that. Project Cars 2, see how that runs. We may come back in a few hours with a stream of that, see how that goes. But it should run on the system real fine. Thank you guys for stopping by as always, Bill, Tom, and Dave. Mick decided to go fishing today, I'm guessing. The bastard.
It's his birthday fishing trip.
Yeah, it's his birthday fishing. The bastard. No, I'm just teasing you, Nick. When you watch this, I'm just playing. Again, if there's
that boy's one fishing fool.
I know he is. I saw that picture on Facebook, and I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show. All my information is below. Any way you want to support the Tigg, put your name on the list of supporters is below. We thank you all for watching. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for